So you want to start a boat detailing company, huh? Well, in this video, let's talk about how to start a boat detailing company.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Head to toe. Said you got your own style, that's just slang for you, ain't got it though. Talking like you got it, that's a problem, I might let them know. Squeeze you like I'm Elsa, so my let it go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Head to toe. Said you got your own style, that's just slang for you, ain't got it though.
How do I look? Backwards hat, frontwards hat, go with backwards hat. Hey guys, what's up? In today's video, we're gonna talk about how to start a boat detailing company. So I'm gonna go over a little bit about myself. I'm gonna go over insurances, marketing on a budget. We're gonna go over chemicals, machines, supplies, that kind of thing. We're gonna go over websites. That's a must. Websites, a business model, personal development. And like always, if you get any value out of this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that little bell notification so every time I make a video, it'll pop up. Watch this video to the very end. I threw in a little extra step in there as far as pricing and pricing structure. With all that said, let's hop into the video. I started boat detailing about 7 years ago, and I had to start from scratch. I knew nothing. The only thing I knew is that I wanted to run my own business one day. I've known that as a little kid. I grew my company from zero, and last year my company made about $250,000. I did not put all of that money in my pocket. I am not a millionaire, although I would like to be. At 27 years old, my company has made over $250,000 a year with very, 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 very little overhead. That may not sound super impressive to some of you guys with bigger shops that can do $1 million, $2 million a year. I don't have overhead because everything's mobile. I don't have expenses, electricity, internet, none of that. I work basically from my home office here, and I go to where the boats are. So I keep my overhead super low. My company does do cars, we do RVs, we do motorcycles, and we do boats. I do not only do boats. Would I recommend you only do boats? Probably not, just because I believe if you do cars and you do RVs and you do boats, you have more opportunity to get more work. The cars and RVs definitely fill in the gaps. I do recommend you do boats and then add the cars and RVs in. All right, so how to start a boat detailing company. Step number one, you have to get a business license and insurance. The easiest way to go to business license is look it up. Obviously for your state, Florida, it's as easy as going to the tax collector's office, signing a few papers, and you pay however much the fee is, and you are technically in business. You now have a tax ID and a business license. All you have to do is simply Google your state and the tax ID or business license requirements, and I'm sure you can find all the information you will need. As far as insurance, most marinas are going to require you to have at least $2 million in insurance. Now, that's common for where I am in Pensacola, Florida, and Orange Beach, Alabama is $2 million general liability insurance. But you may want to call some of your marinas around town, wherever you are located, and ask them what your insurance requirements are. It's probably different than where I'm at, so just always call your marinas, and all you have to do is simply ask them what are their insurance requirements. I do have a link down below for my insurance. It is super cheap. I think I pay like $60 a month for my insurance, and if you want to personally speak to my rep, go down below and give her a call. If you are in Florida, she can sign you up right away. If you are not in the state of Florida, she can definitely refer you to someone else that will get you taken care of. So let's go over briefly on what type of business you should set up. I personally recommend you set up a sole proprietorship. It's super simple. You fill a couple papers out. It's easy during tax time, but you are taxed pretty high on doing a sole proprietor. So sometimes it's not the best benefit if you make over a certain amount of money. The biggest thing with an LLC versus a sole proprietor is if you screw something up or if you mess up a boat really bad, that owner can actually come after you personally and sue you personally if you are a sole proprietor. Now, if you're an LLC, they can only sue the company. So there's a big chance and a big liability that you could possibly get sued if you mess up something on someone's boat and you're a sole proprietor. But in 7 years, I have yet to have a bad experience doing that. I have made one mistake that cost me about $3,000, but then my insurance took care of it. Step number two in how to start a boat detailing company. Guys, this one's gonna be super simple, but get yourself a good name and good branding. I personally recommend Fiverr.com. Okay, you can The link is down below. If you click my link, it's called Fiverr.com, and you can find people that can make you an awesome logo, a super awesome logo like this one right here. It was only 65 bucks for this really cool logo. Go on there, find yourself a nice name, get really crisp, nice branding. So when you make business cards or you make your advertisements, you don't look like just the Joe Schmo washing boats. Like, you look like a good professional high grade company. Your business card or your website, which we're gonna talk about in a minute, is your first impression that a customer is going to see. And it is very important that your logo and your name speaks volumes, and guys, people are gonna recognize it and people are gonna know it. Pick a nice name, get good branding, go to Fiverr.com and get yourself a logo. Just do yourself a favor. Don't even waste any time. Don't go to anybody local because they're gonna charge you 150 bucks to $500 for a logo. Go to Fiverr.com, get yourself an awesome logo. Step number 3 is going to be talking about machines and supplies. I am a firm believer in buying quality machines. If you are on a super tight budget, there is other options out there as far as like going to Harbor Freight and some cheaper Amazon polishers. But guys, I really do not recommend that, only because, one, I did that for years. I bought the cheap machines and I didn't realize until I bought good machines how bad those cheap machines really were. I'll link it right here. This video is my 3 must-have machines. Just do yourself a favor and go buy those, at least 2 machines, but if you can afford the Flex, get it. But I always recommend, at the very least, the Makita rotary buffer and then the Griot's Garage DA. Let's go ahead and talk about a pressure washer. You don't necessarily need a pressure washer, but it is always good to have. I will also link a video down below about all the products on my truck. I talk a lot about more on the pressure washer specifically, and then also most of the other products. But guys, go ahead, watch that video, go buy most of those in there. And then there's also really good products that aren't in that video that if you watch my other videos, you can find as well. But go ahead, make sure when you start a boat detailing company, or if you're starting to write out a budget for a boat detailing company, make sure you budget in those machines and then also the products. And if you can fit the pressure washer in there, go ahead and get you a pressure washer. I am more of a believer on getting the work and then buying the product versus investing all this money and getting all the cool stuff, getting all the stuff, and then having no work. When I first started out, a couple years, 7 years ago now, I basically would buy products on the way to the job and have that job pay for those products. I didn't go invest a ton of money. I did not go, and I didn't have financial backers. I didn't have mommy and daddy supporting me. I didn't even have a credit card. I had zero money. What I did was I finally had enough money to buy some soaps and some waxes, and then I buffed the boat. I did that boat, and then I took money from that job and went buy the other products that I needed. It was a slow start, slow and steady, but don't think you have to have a bunch of money or you have to have credit cards and rack up. I'm a firm believer in staying out of debt. So guys, do not go into debt trying to start a boat detailing company. You can definitely do it on a budget. Let's just say now you've got your machines and you're ready to start. Now let's go ahead and talk about how to get some customers. This is going to be kind of a long segment about marketing. I love marketing, okay? I consider myself a marketer and I love helping people with marketing. First, let's talk about marketing on a budget, all right? This is the biggest thing. I have a lot of people write me and say, Drake, how do I get customers, or what should I do marketing? But I have no money. Now, a lot of people think, just like the machines, that you have to have a ton of money to start marketing, and that's just not the case. Now, having money helps. It's like the old saying, it takes money to make money. But guys, you do not have to have a bunch of money to start marketing and start making money. First things first is going to be utilizing your free advertisement. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean Facebook. Facebook is the #1 free advertisement tool that you could possibly use that is out there. Why do I say that? I say Facebook is the best free advertisement tool because you have so many people. You have everyone and their grandmother on Facebook. Quite literally. You posting, you making cool graphics on Canva.com. That is the easiest software you can use as far as just making little graphics. They have templates already ready where you can just drop your photo in there. I'll leave a link down below as you can check that out as well. It's Canva.com. You can make really simple graphics that are specifically designed for Facebook, for Instagram, for YouTube, for whatever you want. Okay, all the dimensions are already ready. So use Canva.com, make you some sick graphics and post them on your Facebook. Have all of your friends and everyone you know share them. Also, man, the biggest one you can do is Facebook groups. Find yourself, so like here in Pensacola, I do Pensacola Fishing Forum, and I'll post stuff on there on, hey, you know, it's that time of the year again. Let's go ahead and get your boat waxed so fish blood doesn't stick to it. And run a special, always have a call to action, you know, run a special, say this week only, you know, $50 off. That is the easiest way to go ahead and get work, and it's absolutely free, 100% free. Canva's free, and Facebook is absolutely for free. One more super good resource that you can use too is Google My Business. Guys, you always want to set up everything on Google. Google is the #1 search engine that everyone uses, okay? So I recommend you get a Google email for when you're setting up a specific business email. Set up Google My Business, and this is going to allow you to show up on Google Maps, okay? So right here, you can actually see where when you type in my name, I'm actually on Google Maps, I'm #1, and it shows your business reviews. If you can get people to leave you Google reviews, that is going to change everything, okay? Now, my company, I actually don't have the most Google reviews only because I haven't really pushed them in a while, and honestly, that's actually my fault. I should be having more reviews because some of my competitors have more reviews, but I tend to push more on video reviews. If you can get video reviews of customers saying how good of a job you did and you post those on Facebook or you put those on your website, that is going to change everything. Everything. I think that was probably the best website decision that I ever made, was making little promo videos and putting customer review videos. If you go on my website, which I'll link down below, you can actually see all of my videos as far as just customers giving me the recommendations, and that has changed everything. So guys, all of this, absolutely free. Videos I made for free on iMovie. If you have a Mac, you can make it for free on iMovie, or if you have a Microsoft, look up a free software. Getting Google My Business and Google Maps set up, it is all 100% free. You don't need a website to start it up either. You can actually link it all to your Facebook business page, which I recommend you do a Facebook business page as well. If you do free, you know, Facebook groups, posting on your Facebook, a Facebook business page, Google My Business, and doing video reviews and getting reviews on Google, that's going to change everything, and it is all 100% for free. Get creative when it comes to marketing on a budget. This is going to be your biggest thing, is get creative when it comes to marketing on a budget. I personally recommend go to yacht brokers and go to marinas. Go to the kids that wash the boats. Don't go to the higher ups. They don't really have time for you. Go to the ones that wash boats, that rinse the boats off. Go to them and tell them, hey bro, you give me a job, I will gladly cut you 10%. And do it. That's the biggest thing, and do it. It's not very hard. It's pretty easy, but it just takes a little bit of work ethic, and it takes a little bit of time to go ahead and do it. That's my biggest thing, guys. Use Facebook groups and go and get you personal referrals and offer them 10%. If 10% is too high, offer them 5%. I don't care. Do whatever the heck you want. Now, while we're talking about marketing, let's go ahead and talk about your online presence. If you do not have a website, if you are the old school guy with the flyers and the business cards, you are missing out on a ton of money, okay? A ton of money. I get roughly, between my cars and RVs, I get roughly 5 to 15 leads a day. Every single day, I get 5 to 15 leads. That's either phone calls or emails or both. 5 to 15. What could you do if you had 5 to 15 leads every single day for your boat detailing or car detailing company? When it comes to a website, you have to have a website that works, all right? Let's break this down. Having a website is not good enough. You have to have a website that works. I have friends that pay $5,000 for a website, and they come to me and they're like, Drake, you know, what the heck, dude? Like, I paid $5,000 for a website. It should be good. And I'm like, bro, just because you pay $5,000 for a website doesn't mean it's actually going to work. And it doesn't mean it's going to work for your market. My biggest thing to stress is get a website, partner with a company that can build you an awesome website, or you can go to a company like Weebly.com or Squarespace, and you can build it your dang self for $30 a month. I think it costs $30 a month, and you can build it yourself. Or you can go down below, click the link to the company that I personally endorse, and you can get the exact same website that I have and the same marketing crew that I have to get you the leads that you need every single day. You have to have an online presence. Nowadays, people, they'll hear your name and they're not going to call you. They're usually going to go online and look you up. I mean, it's simple. Get you a website that works. That is my biggest thing, guys. So go down below if you are in need of marketing questions or in a website and you are tired of, hey, I have a website, but I don't get any leads. Go ahead, do yourself a favor, contact us down below and we will get you taken care of. Number 6 on how to start a boat detailing company is going to be your business model. What I mean when I say business model is what kind of business do you want to be known for? Do you want to be the company that is known for your weekly washes and having a great maintenance program where every week or every 2 weeks you go out there and you make these boats spotless and you have 4 or 5 crews going out and you're maintaining and washing boats? If so, you may want to pursue a maintenance package business model, okay? And what I mean by that is you go and you solely get the customers that want to pay you weekly or monthly to come out and wash your boat. There's a lot of those here in Orange Beach, Alabama, where their company, that's pretty much all they do is they wash boats. That is a very good business model if you need consistent work and you want every 2 weeks to know that those customers are going to pay you. And it's actually a very good business model if you want to sell your company one day. If you want to sell your company one day and you have contracts of, hey, these people have been working with me for 3 years and we wash their boat every 2 weeks and these customers roughly pay about, $5,000 a year to keep their boats maintained, and you have, 30, 40, 50, 100 customers, that's going to be a really easy company to sell one day. If you are kind of like me, and you want the most amount you can get per hour and you're looking to fully restore boats and you want to take boats that were old and chalky and make them brand new again and you're more of a restoration type company, then let's go ahead and talk about that. My business model is more going after restores. So I don't have a ton of maintenance customers. Okay, my prices are a little too high for washing, and that's okay. I like the restore. I like taking boats that were old and beat up and neglected and making them look brand new again. Now, that can stress you out if you need that reassurance of every 2 weeks having customers. Whereas me, I'm constantly having to quote jobs. I'm constantly having to bid jobs. I'm constantly having to perform on these jobs. It takes a lot of skill to do what I do. So it's hard if one day I'm like, hey, I don't want to boat detail anymore. I want to sell my company. It's going to be very hard to sell my company because when someone hires the restoration side, they're hiring me and my skill, not just anybody I sell my company to. Think about that, guys. If you want to make the most right now and the most per hour and you want to restore boats brand new, consider going that route. If you want to one day maybe grow a company, scale it, have 15, 20 employees, and you want to have more of a boat management or a maintenance wash system, then go ahead and grow it in that direction as well. Step number 7 in starting a boat detailing company is going to be your personal development. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean, if you want to be the best boat detailer out there, you have to have the integrity and the perseverance and the will to be able to do so. I can't tell you in the 7 years of boat detailing and car detailing how many times I've tried to quit. Guys, this business is hard. This business is not easy. I literally just today had a physical therapy appointment on my back because my back is so jacked up from doing this business. Dude, you have to have some bite to start a boat detailing company or any company, okay? I would be lying dead to your face if I told you this was going to be easy. And quite frankly, I feel like I would be doing you a disservice if I said, hey, do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 step and you are going to be successful. That's just not the case, guys. It's going to take time. It is going to take a lot of stressful days. I have a few detailers that I work with practically daily, weekly. And man, it's the ebb and flow of life. It's some days you're busy, some days you're not. Some months you're busy, some days you're not. And guys, you have to have the mental and spiritual and physical backbone to keep going when times get hard. You have to be able to keep going when your mind and your family and everyone is saying, hey, bro, give up. luckily in my corner, my wife is amazing. My family is amazing. They constantly support me. Even in the hard times, they encourage me. But not everyone has that, and you may not have that. Just know, when you start a boat detailing company, and you may take all of these steps that I just said, and you may go gung-ho, and you may feel like you can conquer the world, and a month later you did one job and you're starting to feel sad, and you're starting to be like, man, am I really cut out for this, man? That's when you need to pray, and you need to really make sure that this is actually what you are supposed to do. Boat detailing is what I'm supposed to do right now for some reason, and honestly, I don't know why. I don't feel like boat detailing is my life calling by any means, but it's where I'm at right now, and I keep pushing forward every single day. On the days that it's hard, I move forward. On the days that I don't understand, I move forward. On the days that I feel like quitting, I move forward. Starting a boat detailing company, starting any company is never easy, guys. It's never easy. Even on the hard days on this company, man, like, just being real, like on the hard days of starting businesses and having to fire people, and having some weeks when I first started of my wife and I praying and being like, God, you have to answer us because we have no money. We don't have the work coming in. And pushing forward every single day and wanting to give up, but literally can't give up. Guys, you have to push forward when it sucks. You have to push forward when it gets hard, and it's going to get hard. It's not going to be easy. If it is easy for you, call me, please, because I want to know how you're doing it. Every entrepreneur or every business owner goes through it. We all have our hard days. We all have our days where we want to give up. We want to quit. We want to quit life. We want to quit business. We question if this is what we're even supposed to be doing. Are we doing something wrong? Guys, I just want to encourage you, if you're out there and you're wanting to start a boat detailing company, and maybe you haven't hit this part yet, but it's coming. And when it comes, just know you're not alone, all right? Personal development, I say it so strongly, man. Have the character to always do the right thing. I strongly dislike the boat detailers out there that just go and just do a job just to get paid, knowing that the boat's going to look like crap in a week, knowing that once all the waxes wash off, it's going to be faded again. Have the integrity to do the right thing every single time. When you miss a spot and the customer calls you and says, hey, the boat doesn't look good, go back for free and fix it. Do the right thing, guys. It's business. Things happen. Things suck. Do the right thing. Always do the right thing. Doing the right thing is always the right thing, even when it hurts you, even when it puts you out, even when it's inconvenient. Doing the right thing is always the right thing. All right, guys, and last but not least, I'm going to throw this one in as a bonus, and it is going to be a quick overview on pricing. When it comes to pricing boats, we base everything by the foot. Everything is by the foot. I don't care if it's a 12-foot John boat or a 112-foot yacht. I base everything by the foot. And then I'll also add in additional charges for towers and height. So if a boat is 3 or 4 stories tall, you'll add a little extra in on that as well. When I'm quoting a wash and a wax package, so let's just assume a boat is a brand new 2020 24-foot center console boat. On a 24-foot boat, I personally am going to charge around $20 to $30 a foot, depending on the complexity and how dirty it is. If it is a 2020 boat and it is practically spotless, then I'm probably going to be closer to about $20 to $25 a foot. All you have to do is get a handy dandy calculator out. I'm just going to do 24, because we're talking about a 24-foot center console, times $25 a foot equals $600. This boat should take you roughly about 6 hours to do, and that is going to be a full inside out detail. We're going to polish everything on the inside and out. If you go on my website, you can look up my wash and my wax package if you want to kind of compare your packages to mine. But we're going to do the seats, we're going to do the metal, we're going to do the cushions, we're going to do everything, and we're going to wax or use our Jescar polymer sealant. I don't ever really use wax, I only use sealants. And you can find that on my product video, but we're going to do that on the interior surfaces and all the exterior surfaces as well, and your motors. Pricing in a very small nutshell is going to be base everything by the foot. I find typically around that $25 a foot range for a in-depth wash and a wax detail on a boat is a very good competitive price. Price everything competitively, and please, please, for the love of Jesus, stop charging so cheap. If you want a good general basing on a wash and a wax detail, charged by the foot, I would recommend, if you were just starting out, to be around that $12 to $15 range. That is a very good range as far as still making decent money and getting your foot in the door. If a boat is severely oxidized, then what? Base everything off by foot or per foot per step that you have to take. So if you look at a boat and you're like, man, this is going to be a 3 or 4 step paint correction, I'm going to need some sanding, maybe a little bit of compounding and polishing, base everything off per step. Break it down for whatever you want to get paid. If you want to get paid, roughly about $10 to $15 per foot per step, then do that additional on top of your base pricing. So if my base pricing is $25 a foot, and let's just say the boat needs a good polish and then a wax, I'm going to charge about $10 a foot extra, so that would put me at about $35 a foot. If a boat needs, let's say 5-step cutting, then we're at $25 a foot. I'm going to charge $10 a foot per step. So we're talking 5 extra steps. So that's going to be $50 extra a foot. So that would put us at $75 a foot total for doing a small center console inside and out. I know that's kind of a lot of information, but base everything off by the foot. Charge what you're worth. When you're first starting out in this business, you don't know a lot. You're not the best detailer, even though you claim to be. You're not the best. I'm not the best, We're all still learning. What we do is, it's more of an art form than anything. So you will have to charge a little cheaper, and then as you get more skill and as you get more time under your belt, you can naturally charge a little higher. When I first started out 7 years ago, I was nowhere near the pricing that I am today. And the only reason why I can charge what I do today is because I'm good at what I do. I know what I'm doing. I can help other people, and my results are dang near perfect every time. Not all the time, but they're dang near perfect every time. Don't be afraid to charge a little more once you've hit that threshold of you know what you're doing and you are dang good at what you do. For the guys that are charging super cheap, raise your prices up, man. You're kind of ruining it for everybody. So there you have it. That is a brief video on how to start a boat detailing company. Please comment down below and let me know specific questions you guys have. And if I need to go in depth more in these videos, I will make another video as kind of a 2.0 version of this. But I just wanted to machine fire and just kind of answer maybe brief questions you guys have. Always follow me on Instagram and write me, DM me, and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video.